evening, everyone, and welcome to the inaugural 2016 broadcast of Pretend Football Now. My name is Syke Manders, and with me, as always, is Maul Badeiros. Maul, I am extremely excited for this season. It's absolutely amazing.
Well, there's absolutely nothing that you should not be excited about. I mean, all of these teams are vying for position. They're all trying to beat off the giant Fed monster and win their way into the hearts and minds of millions around the world.
Absolutely. We will be there to report, to bring you those reports on those millions. Paul, I've noticed that you've been oozing excitement from every pore. Do you use any products for that?
I will once we get a sponsor.
Oh, well. Well, without further ado, let's get on the way. It's once again a new season. It's time for me to open a new scalpel. Oh, it's like an unboxing video. Can't you just see that plastic peeling back? Well, you didn't come here for this unboxing video, you came here for the game, so let's dissect it. So, in one of their opening day blitzkriegs, the Blimps cruised over Aunt Jemima Stadium and proceeded to rain death and destruction over a bewildered Coach John Crawford. While there were coaches, perhaps terrible men, through either incompetence or foolishness or idealism, in the case of Coach Bub Flipper, they ditched the all-important draft. So, I want to know, did Coach Crawford even recognize any of the players as they came out onto the field? Did he know any of them by name? Were they introduced? Socially? Maybe Facebook friends? Well, in any case, the Blimps besmashered them. 132 to 64. Oh, wait. 64 and a half. Can't forget that half. So, the Blimps were led to victory by A.J. Green and Brandon Cooks. They outplayed the lackluster defense that they shuffled onto the field, but with a score like that, who even needs defense, bro? However, on the other side of the field, there was less football and perhaps the flailing of unintroduced strangers all drowning together on the gridiron. Ryan Matthews and T.Y. Hilton put up lackluster leads, but where was Coach Crawford's main weapon? Where was he? He was hiding on the bench. Did you see what you see? Did you see that? Did you get the point? Did you scalpel that? I'm sorry, Carlos. I'm sorry. Maybe your coach, who, honestly, you probably don't even know the name of, will put you in and give you the chance to live up to the Flapjacks' fearsome preseason reputation.
In a Death of the Dinosaurs division grudge match turned true squeaker that went down to the absolute wire, the Dobbs Ferry Federalist trims the Dogs Doomsday Destroyers 98 to 97 and 1/2. Coach Eric Menzies' squad was led to victory by DeMarco Murray. He rumbled his way for 19 and 1/2 points, and Matt Forte added a nimble 16.5. He was very lucky to have overcome Martellus Bennett, who fell a god-awful 9 points off his predicted point total for the week. Now, Coach Dogs, however, he's got to really feel terrible that he let all of these great scores go away. Despite outscoring all but 4 different teams this week, he lost both of his matchups, and now he sits only a dismal 0-2 for this season. Hey, do you hear that? I think it's TJ Yeldon moaning the bench blues. Ah, man, if he was in the lineup over Mark Ingram, Julian Edelman, or Brandon Marshall, Coach Dogs would have swept both of his games this week. And instead, he stares up at his contemporaries instead of back down at them. And ladies and gentlemen, we are very happy, nay, excited to have with us tonight Colin Kaepernick. Colin, how are you doing today?
I'm really, I'm kind of confused as to why I'm here. It's really a pleasure to be on your show, Maul. But I guess I'm doing great.
Well, let's get right down to it then. Unwittingly, you've been thrust into a furnace of justice and equality in these United States of America. I mean, how do you feel about that?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of people who are talking about kind of my decision, I guess, and I don't really understand all of the hubbub. It's all kind of confusing to me, to be honest.
Well, recently you've been taking a stand. Well, actually, you've been taking a seat against the man. What brought you to the brink of this breaking point?
Well, I mean, we'd been practicing all day, and you know, it was pretty hot, and I mean, I didn't really have much to drink on the sidelines because, you know, I mean, it was the national anthem, so I mean, I'm the backup quarterback, you know, so I was, you know, my back was tired, and my knees kind of hurt, and my ankle was kind of tweaking out, and then, well, I forgot to tie one of my cleats, and the pads were feeling kind of heavy, and my shirt really didn't fit right, and so I just kind of, well, I mean, I kneeled down to just kind of tie my shoe and rest my back and my knee and my ankle.
So you didn't you're not taking a stand, or rather a seat against injustice?
Well, I mean, I'm not even really that black.
Well, week 2 featured a pair of 0 and 2 teams battling it out to climb from the basement of the Charlie Wing division. Dina Bruno's Mighty Quins kitty cats shredded their way down and clawed out the eyes of the Beavers, 71-58 and a half. Wow. Well, the Quins were led by DeAndre Hopkins, who was able to collect 22 and a half points, followed up by Delaney Walker, 17, and Brandon McManus' 11. No, that can't be right. Brandon McManus, the kicker?
That's the kicker, Maul.
The kicker was the 4th highest scorer in this matchup.
It's unbelievable, but it's right.
Wow. Just wow. Well, I mean, Coach Bruno was even fortunate enough to overcome leaving Corey Coleman and his 26 and a half points on the bench. I mean, I tell you, when the pretend football gods are shining on you, they shine on like a diamond. But what on earth must Coach Greg Cooter be thinking? I mean, his Beavers barely mustered an offense this week. I mean, what a mess. 58 and a half points is by far the fewest points any team has scored this year. And it must truly have the coach searching for some answers. I mean, anywhere that he can find them, even the dregs of the free agent list. Marvin Jones and Jordy had themselves a pretty respectful day, but it was truly doomed from the start. Kicker Jason Myers and the 49ers defense shat a -2 for the day, and combine that with the bench blues of Andy Dalton and Demaryius Thomas or Terrell Williams over Darren Sproles would have saved the day. But instead, the beaten Beavers bewilderedly bow out badly and show that they belong in the basement.
Welcome, PSBN fans, once again to Psych Scalpel, where we separate the good teams from the bad teams. After a disappointing start to their season in an away game at Georgia O'Keeffe Memorial Vagina Stadium, the Doomsday Destroyers managed to avoid the pollination of the vagina flowers in a close-fought contest, 78-76.5. The Dogs' doomsday was led by human beanbag Ben Roethlisberger, who hooked up 19 points, and Brandon Marshall, who brought down 15 out of the air. Fortified by the American diet of bacon, mayo, and a heaping helping of that Wisconsin cheddar, the Green Bay D held the line with a very respectable 9 points. Philip Marmalade Rivers set the bench ablaze with 23 points, but it seemed the Destroyers didn't even need his help. The Vagina Flowers put down root. They fought back with Latavius Murray grinding out 18 on the ground, while Nick Folk capitalized with effective kicking to bring in 13. That's another kicker. That's practically running back points. Are we sure that's right?
Yep, that's right.
Wow, that's kicker week, I suppose. Well, the Vagina Flowers could have clutched the win. As the bench Blues were groaning and moaning, Sam Bradford would have put up 19 at that quarterback position, which may have tipped the game. However, mistakes by veteran coach Marion doomed the Vagina Flowers to be pummeled into submission. Wow, Maul, what a couple of weeks it has been to kick off this 2016 season.
Yeah, I mean, there have been major ups and major downs. Many teams thought their year was going to just take off and sail into the beginning, and they've come to a crashing beginning. I don't know who's going to come out of this scrap heap, but it's going to be a real slobber knocker to the end.
I cannot wait for that slobber knocker at the end, as you know. But Maul, it comes time for your word of the week.
Well, my word of the week is what every owner feels this time of year, and that's hope.
That's beautiful. That's really beautiful, man.
Thank you.
Hope is all you need. Well, from all of us here at PSBN, this has been Pretend Football. Children watch this show.
Do they? I don't,
No.
As far as I know, nobody watches this show. Oh, my glasses.
You idiot. Mike Cooter, hold on. I'm sorry for this unprofessional lout that I work with.